Yo, this your boy EC22, and this is the FairWeather Fan Podcast. Listen, before we go any further, please like, subscribe, share, but most of all, leave comments because I want you to join this conversation real quick. I didn't have a whole lot of time to get over this part right now, but something that I just made aware of is in the state of Texas, our high school football and basketball, UIL, has did the 2026 through 2028 realignment, and there's a lot of stuff. Go out there on the website and look at it for yourself. But there are some key notes I want to throw out there. DeSoto, who just won the 6A divisional state championship last year, has elected to leave the 6A and come to the 5A, along with Cedar Hill as well as Lancaster. So all these teams that were historically in the 6A championship or 6A division has now flooded all the way to the 5A. So the 5A is going to be a very, very, very tough conference to fight in. Luckily, my alma mater, South Oak Cliff, does not have to get those. They're in Division 1. They're Division 2, South in Division 1, or vice versa. I know we're not in the same 5A division, so South can still run the table. However, South Oak Cliff did beat a couple of those 6A teams in their schedule last year. Talked to the coach, had an interview, and he said this will not affect the way he scheduled games. So he's still going to put some of those 6A teams on his schedule. This is something they decided to do. Last year, they should have been a 5A team based on student enrollment. And so they decided to go ahead and just honor their enrollment status and go back to the 5A. With that being said, there are no longer two classes in 6A. With all the teams that are coming down, now there's only one class for 6A. There's only no 1 and 2 division, only one division for class 6A. And guess who decided to jump on up to that 6A division last year? The only team, one team out of Frisco Wakeland, decided to jump on up to the Big Boy League. And so we're going to see how they roll over there, y'all. But that's what we have to talk about, man. I just really want to throw it out there for all you football fans out there. We knew it was coming. This wasn't a surprise to anybody about the UIL realignment. But, man, that 5A division is going to be tough, man. With all that being said, man, let's go ahead and just jump on into the show, man. I'm about to bring D-Way on in a minute. Let's get it.
Coach, you got a lot of national criticism for playing flag at point guard. Over the last 2 games,
I don't give the criticism, that's your opinion. You guys write that. That's not that. I've done this. I played this game. I played it at a very high level, and I know what the fuck I'm doing. But I don't give a fuck what you guys write, because you guys have never played the game. And so I've built players, so I know what the fuck I'm doing. So to take criticism, it only makes me better. Because if I wasn't doing it right, you guys wouldn't be poking holes at what I've done. That's it.
Woo! Is Jason Kidd right or wrong? I don't know. I do know, man. And we've talked about it on the show several times about him deciding he wanted to start Cooper Flagg at the point guard position. We saw it at the beginning of the season. We thought it was a ruse. We say there's no way in the world this coach will make that dumb decision by starting this guy who's a wing in college to start him at point guard his rookie season. Yet he's done so. And now he's catching a lot of flack about it. And then you heard his remarks. Coach, what you think about that?
Man, look, first of all, props to Jay Kidd, man. One of my all-time favorite players and one of the all-time great point guards. So, yeah, I love Jay Kidd as a player, love Jay Kidd as a coach. You know, here's the deal. Trying to mix and match and put that thing together the best he can with the 5 best players. And right now, I don't know that he has someone that can play the point guard at a high level where he can free up Cooper to play the position. So he's just trying to get Cooper to have the ball in his hands as much as he can with what he has in front of him. I'm not going to criticize him playing Cooper at the point, or handling the ball as much as he is. Once Kyrie Irving comes back and once they get everybody in place that they want to get in place, no, not long-term. Cooper's not going to play point guard for the Mavericks. So, no, I'm not mad at him. So that's my thoughts on it.
Well, let me just say this to that comment that Jason Kidd made. Jason Kidd, you know what time it is. Come to the front of the class, sir. Leave your attitude, because trust me, I ain't for it all that. I need you to come and listen closely. Yep. Jason Kidd, you messed up in a lot of areas when you did this video. Number one, you still got to remain classy when you're talking to the media.
Yep.
I understand the media going to always ask some crazy questions, whatever. But this question was within reason.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know. And when he stated that people are jumping on you because of that, and you attack the media, brother, it wasn't just the media. The fans want to know too. And since I am a part of the media, but I'm gonna represent the fans right now. Listen, Jake, let me tell you something. This is the reason why I don't like point guard coaches. All right, because of the arrogance. Because you think you know everything, right? You actually have no room to learn. Listen, what Coach D-Wade said was gold. We understand the fact that you got to put the best players on the court at all time. And rotational situations, we understand that's your cup of tea. And that's what you have to do. And that's the biggest assignment as the head coach. We totally understand that. That's all you had to say. Because we want to know why. Yep. You tell us the reason why, and we okay with that, J-Kid. But now, J-Kid, you want to drop above an F-bomb and say, you know what the F you doing, and you've been doing it at a high level. Let me tell you something, sir. Yes, you played at a high level because you were afforded the opportunity. And yes, Hall of Fame status, you was great at what you do, but this still X's and O's of basketball is still the same. From Pee Wee League, Blacktop, it's all the same. What gets you to the elite level is skill, not necessarily IQ.
Truth.
All right?
Truth.
So the fact that the fans and the media want to know why this rookie wing player is playing point guard, bruh, it's a simple question. Nobody's being mean to you. Nobody dogged you out, but you want to get up there and drop an F-bomb and say, we didn't play what you played. We all played. We just didn't play at the high level. I'm tired of you athletes going out there and telling people what they didn't play. We all played sports. We all played football, basketball, hockey, tennis, soccer. We all ran track in elementary doing field day. We all was out there, right? Just because we didn't have the exact skill level you had, don't sit there and try to sun us with that. Don't do that. That's not fair to the fans. That's not fair to the media. These media got a job and they cover the game great. You wouldn't have a job. You wouldn't get paid the way you get paid if it wasn't for the media making sense of what you do. They're doing you a favor by letting you speak from your own mouth, and you go up there and get an attitude like that, Jason Kidd. Yeah. You in timeout. You and I didn't say this back then, but you should have went out with Nico.
Woo!
I've never listen. I'm gonna say it right, Jason Kidd. With all due respect, I have never been a fan of you being a coach. Loved you as a player, brought us our chip, but as a coach, never been a fan, and I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I respect you. I understand the task and the job that you have to do, but bro, come on. Because when you start talking about when you start jumping on me, I felt like I was in there because I asked that same question. I took it personally. All right. All right, Jason Kidd, do me a favor. Go into the restroom and wipe your nose, and then we'll reconvene at halftime.
That's greatness.
Coach D-Wade, listen, we are in
greatness.
He's going to come down to the trade deadline. It's going to happen Thursday, and there's a couple of teams that have already made some trades and stuff like that. A lot of teams are just figuring some things out. James Harden has decided he wanted out of the Clippers, L.A. There are some teams that people said he could go. We really don't know where he's going to land. What do you think about James Harden wanting out of LA?
Why does everybody – I wish J-Dub was here. He can't stand Harden.
Yeah.
Why does everybody get so cray when Harden's name comes up about a trade? That's what he's done his whole career. He gets upset. He doesn't like a situation, so he runs his mouth, and then he goes to and gets another deal somewhere else. And people keep paying him. I don't understand it. I don't know what his numbers are right now this year, but I don't understand it. And by the way, if you're out there, guys, hey, we want you to jump in. Like, subscribe, comment, share. But if you've got a thought about Jay Harden, because I just don't understand why people get so goo-goo gaga when it's time to talk about Harden and trading him like he's the next Michael Jordan, and because he's not.
Yeah.
And so the question to me was what I think about it. I think it's just James Harden being James Harden.
That's facts. James Harden, the thing about it, there's two sides. He's like a two-sided coin. There is a thing that's undeniable as far as whether he's a Hall of Fame player or not. He is that. MVP season, awesome ball player. You can't deny his skill set. I mean, him creating that step back, long step back, which we all think is a travel, but the NBA agrees that it's not. And able to create that style, the swipe through, getting fouled at 3-point line. He created that, right? I mean, there's so many things he's done to evolve the game of basketball and his greatness. You know, the other side of the coin is that I don't know if he's a good teammate.
Well, that's my biggest problem right there. You got that right, Bob.
You know, because a part of being overrated, or the part of when you grade a player, you grade them on a lot of different tiers, right? And when you just grade him for the basketball thing, right? He checks all boxes, right? I mean, he opted not to play these last couple of games, right? Which is an anomaly for James Harden, because we talked about him a few episodes. The guy who said he would never want to miss a game, who wants to play all 82, right? He loved basketball, and the fact that now he's showing that he really wants out of LA, the Clippers, that speaks volume. Now, the teammate aspect, he's never really gelled with a lot of teammates, because you start talking about, we saw how Paul George left. We don't know what Kawhi Leonard we're going to get from time in and time out. We just don't know, right? So that situation there. And you know, we're still trying to figure out who James Harden is, what he means to the game of basketball. We don't know. It's anybody's business, right? So, and I'm going to take this from Stephen A. Smith. He said this early on in the first take, and I agree with him 100,000%. When James Harden asks to be traded, you got to let him go. It just makes sense to let him go, because he's going to be who he is. He's not going to show up in the playoffs. We get that consistently out of him. So if your team is trying to make a deep run, the Clippers got this momentum going, you might as well let James Harden go, because if he don't get what he wants, he's going to puff and pout. So you got to let him go. And that's just unfortunately that in the age of player empowerment, these guys get to determine where they're going to go, where they want to go, and it just messes up everything, right? I don't think these guys understand what chemistry is, what synergy is. I don't think these guys understand what it means to just stick it out. I think when it comes down to money and situations like that, I think he can find a better deal. If he go get traded to a team right now, he'll have the option to make more money in the back end versus staying with the Clippers. So there's just so much red tape around the why he wants to leave, and it's anybody's business, right? Z-Man said, Harden, you should get out of LA to retire. He's done. Wow. Yeah. What's going on, Bob and Z-Man? Thank you guys for joining the conversation. It said, James Harden come to the front of the class. You know, I'm not ready to give him to the front of the class, right? Because here's the deal. Regardless of what he is, regardless of how he's been behaving, he's been very consistent in everything that he does, right? So at least with James Harden, just like what D-Wade alluded to, this is the same old James Harden, right? You know what you're going to get, right? He's not doing anything different than what he's always been. And I can appreciate a guy who's going to be true to himself, right? But James Harden, I mean, you know, because somebody going to get him. Somebody can use him. The one team that I've been heard thrown around was the Miami Heat. Him going over there to play alongside Evan Mobley and Spider, Donovan Mitchell. So, I mean, it's anybody's business. All right, moving on to the next big trade thing we got going on is the Giannis sweepstakes. Coach D-Way, Giannis Antetokounmpo has a bunch of teams he can go in and out of.
Right.
What do you think about this whole Giannis Antetokounmpo sweepstakes that could be happening for a player who won't be available to maybe late February or early March at best?
Well, I mean, has he run the course with Milwaukee? Are they ready? Must not be a good teammate. No, he's not. I mean, is it time for Giannis to make the next move with a team that he feels like he can win a championship with? Or they won a championship already, haven't they?
Yeah, they already won.
Yeah. So is it time? I mean, Durant, made that move to Houston. I mean, I think him being ready in late February, early March, he's going to be a great. I mean, come on, he can come to Dallas, can he? What the guards in college this year, Harden has done.
Yeah, there are a lot of young guards coming out.
I was talking to Z-Man today about guards in college, and he's high on some people. But hey,
let's I've liked the guards that are coming out in college, but right now, ain't none of them colder than James Harden right now. Because he's still playing at elite level. It's just the consistency, right? Because when you got a rookie coming in next year, right, they're going to bring their talent, right? But it's anybody's business, and it's left to be seen how long they can carry that momentum in an 82-game season in a faster-paced game. How they're going to be able to acclimate themselves to the big league, right? So that's anybody's business, right? But here are some teams trades that there's potential that James Harden could mean that he could be going to. Let me do it this way. Man, listen, that is anybody's business on how this is going to go out. I particularly love the Miami trade situation. I think him going to Miami, just sizing up and playing alongside Donovan Mitchell, I think that's the team. I think a lot of these players who are looking for trades are looking to go to play along Spider. Spider is looking to get another a superstar to where he don't have to be. Donovan Mitchell, is looking to get another superstar that where he don't have to do all things to him by himself. I think they'll be a good fit.
Did I miss something? Donovan Mitchell's Cleveland?
No, he's in Miami. Did I say Cleveland?
You said Miami.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's in Yep, I'm sorry. Yeah, Cleveland. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh, E, I'm freaking out here.
My bad. Hey, y'all, EC22 made a mistake. So, what I meant to say is that what didn't show up on this trade is Cleveland. James Harden wants to go to Cleveland. I said Miami earlier, but James Harden wants to go to Cleveland as well as Giannis Antetokounmpo has been looking to go to Cleveland.
Who this is?
We've been getting a lot. We've been getting a lot of these blooper things. I don't even know. I think this is spam. I don't know what this is, but there's been a lot of people.
Is Dallas on the?
No, we ain't got that money. we ain't got that type of. We don't have a type of money to give. We already got a bunch of big mans, and Dallas will have to give up a whole lot to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. And honestly, I don't think Giannis Antetokounmpo is a good fit for Dallas at this current moment, right? Because
great in Cleveland.
Yeah, he'll be great in Cleveland. He'll be great in Cleveland. That's what I'm thinking there. But the big, and also the Milwaukee Bucks have came out and said that they will do their best to counter every offer that's put on the table. So at this point, the ball is in Giannis' hand where he wants to go. Do he want to stay in Milwaukee and maybe be a long time before he can fight for a championship, or he can go to a team that he think that give him the best chance to win? Some people think New York is a good place for him, along with the team over there. We don't.
Man, that is a good spot for him, I think.
You know. Moving on, the NBA All-Star roster is out, and it's alive and well. Anyway, the NBA All roster does not include one LeBron James. That is crazy, sir. Let me read this roster out to you guys. Let me
Where you keep going?
Huh? Was you hearing me? Was you hearing me?
No, you keep disappearing on me. That's the second time you've done it.
Yeah, I did it because I was trying to. I wanted the people to read the thing, read the roster.
I didn't see any of it.
You didn't see the roster because you had your head down. It was on the screen.
No, it wasn't. You disappeared and everything on your side, but maybe they saw it.
Like, can you see that in the background? No. So what do you see right now?
Just you?
Just me? Oh. So yeah. Let me see what the comments are saying. Said technical difficulties, Bob.
Yes.
He said he saw it on the screen with no voice. That's what I was going with, Lewis. I was putting it on, so Lou saw it, so you guys got to get on your iPhones. But I was putting it on the screen because I want you guys to read it for yourself.
Yeah, I didn't see it on I'm on my page.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He said the roster in the background with no sound. Exactly. That's what I was going for. For you, I want you guys to see the roster, and I didn't want to sit here and just read it all off to you because obviously I can't read well.
I didn't see it. That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, the NBA roster like this is already out there. You already saw there. The big question from this All-Star roster is simply, is LeBron James, should he have been a starter? He's not a starter. Should he be a starter?
Why should he be a starter?
That's the question. Should he be a starter?
Why should he be a starter?
Well, you're asking me?
Yeah, why should he? Why should? Do you think he should be a starter?
I don't think he should be an all-star, period.
And I'm right there with you. So,
right.
So
but the reason why I asked the question, because because it's a fan vote, right?
Okay. So
and since it's a fan vote, with him supposed to be the greatest player this generation ever seen, how is he not named a starter if he have that many fans? All these young people are saying that he's better than Jordan, and he's playing at elite level even right now. So the question is, we get all-star, right? But should he even be an all-star? But should he be a starter? Like I don't understand.
I mean, he's not one of the top 5 best players.
Right.
I agree, Lou. The starters that were elected were the right ones. There was no room for LeBron James other than coming off the bench. I agree, Lou, with that. I think he should be a starter and probably not on the roster at all. I agree with that too, Bob.
And then to Lou's point, right, you talking about when James Harden didn't get to be elected because there was no room. When you got people like Chet Holmgren, which I don't think should be an all-star, but that's anybody's business, especially when you already got bigger guys that are in that role out there, right? I think you should open it up to a James Harden or some of these other players right there. Anthony Edwards not being named a starter is still anybody's business. Like how he not be named a starter, I don't know.
That was confusing, but I don't know what kind of year he's had. I mean, who can you just real quick tell me who the starters are in the West?
You have, let me pull it up real quick.
Let me just read them off. I mean, it's got to be Luka. Is Cooper?
No, he's not on there at all.
Okay.
So you got Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama.
Well, and that's who it should be.
Yeah.
It should be. And so Lou's right, and we're all right. I think every time he was selected as an all-star, he was.
The starters for the East is Giannis Antetokounmpo, who will probably won't be playing because he's hurt. Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, and Tyrese Maxey. And then you got you don't know who Tyrese Maxey is?
Yeah. Where I was going with, I don't know what kind of year Maxey's having though, but apparently
he's having a phenomenal year.
Apparently the fans, are all on. I'm a fan of Maxey.
Yeah. And then you're looking on the reserves for the West will be Denny Avajoa, I'm butchering his name, Avajoa, I guess I say his name, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, LeBron James, and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray should not be a starter on this in this, I don't think. Reserves for the East will be Scotty Barnes, Jalen Duren, Jalen Johnson, Donovan Mitchell, Norman Powell. What? Pascal Siakam and Karl Anthony Towns. Okay.
Did I not hear Jason Tatum's name mentioned?
He's still hurt.
Okay. And then let's go back to the West for a minute. I'm a big fan of this guy, but I don't know that he's done to make the All-Star team other than fans is Kevin Durant. Is he All-Star worthy?
Oh yeah.
Is he having that kind of year?
Yeah. I mean, it's a favor. Yeah. And that's that's the reason when you start looking at these, like Kevin Durant is still Kevin Durant. He's gonna still be who he is, right? He's not a guy like the whole world is seeing that him getting the championship had everything to do with the way the Golden State Warriors ran versus his skill set, because he haven't been able to win anywhere else, right? But Kevin Durant is still going to get your points. He's still going to be that guy. He's still going to be the guy you put the ball in the hand at the end of the game, right? He's pairing well with the kids over there in Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's
I
getting
agree.
coached by one of the best coaches in the league right now. You know, with
100%.
Ime Udoka. So Kevin Durant is still Kevin Durant, and like I said, it's a fan vote.
Okay.
Going back to Lewis' point, he said that. But again, every time Michael Jordan was selected as an All-Star, he was a starter regardless of his age. That's what I'm saying, right? When it comes down to LeBron James not being named a starter, not getting the fan votes to get in, then just to throw those who want to have this who's the GOAT conversation, I don't care how long he's been All-Star, 21, 22 times. But now you get to the point to where the people that like you, the people that say you're better than Jordan, they don't even think you're the best player in the league right now.
Yeah, right.
So how can you be the best player ever if you're not the best player in the league right now?
But I'm going to go back. To what I always say every chance I get, and I'm going to tell everybody out there, guys, LeBron's not the second greatest player ever to play this game. Okay, so quit comparing him to LeBron to Michael.
Facts.
Comparing him to Michael Jordan.
There you have it. All right, we got to move on into the next segment, and this one right here is going to be something funny. Let's go ahead and take a dive at it real quick. Let me pull it on up. Here we go. Let's dive into it.
I'm going to damn try hard to win a Super Bowl here. I am. You know, I walk in the door, and my wife's got tears coming down her face. I've done nothing but have everyone's back. And so for someone to question my character, my integrity, that's where I draw the line. In 2023, there was an article written on Sean accusing things. Who stood up in front of every one of you guys and defended him and his family and everything he's done here? And then we went to Kansas City and we won that game. I'm going to show everyone that this team has his back.
F the outside. It's about the right selection for this team, and if we win, they'll love it. It's the same thing I said when I took Josh Allen. If I'm wrong, the moving company will be at my house, so I understand. And I'm not going to have regret of choosing someone to appease the outside if I thought it should have been something different. If I'm wrong, I'll effing take my job and effing go home.
First of all, we got to acknowledge and figure out why all these coaches and GM just be effing everybody. It just F you, F everybody. Y'all just mad at the whole world? When people ask you a question?
Yeah, I think they need Jesus. For starters.
Now, to Brandon Bean's point, he is upset because of the accusations. So I get why he would be frustrated at this point because of the accusations going out there.
Yeah, what? we like all sports.
I don't know. I think we got some trollers, man, on this thing. That's the same question.
Yeah, it's just not baseball season. So why are we talking baseball?
Yeah, he probably because I got on a jersey right now.
Yeah,
hey,
I got mine on too.
Yeah, facts.
That's funny. We didn't even talk about it.
I know. So to Brandon Bean's point, right? He got accused of being a facilitator, and our guy Sean McDermott no longer having his job. And that's what everybody's saying because he goes out, he gets elevated. Usually when a coach gets fired, the GM is using the hot seat or he's usually not far behind getting out of there. But for whatever reason, he still has his job. And so, yeah, that's just one of those situations to where it's just like that's the reason why he got frustrated with what everybody was saying. So knowing all that information, what do you think?
I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. The Bills have underachieved for 3 consecutive years. Okay? Something had to be done. I'm not for or against Brandon Bean, but something had to be done different, and it starts with your head coach, okay? And I'm a big Sean McDermott fan, but I'm sorry. Okay? They have underachieved for 3 years. Okay? So it's time to make a change. And I'm sorry for all you Bills Mafia people that are upset about that, but like Brandon said, if they get to the Super Bowl this year,
First of all, I don't think they're going to get Super Bowl. I think they're going to be the same mediocre team. Not mediocre, but they're going to be the same middle of the pack team. And he put it all on his shoulder. Once again, Brandon, let me tell you something, sir. Once again, yes, people are going to accuse you for what happened to Sean McDermott. We have so many questions. Sean McDermott did not have the players that he have to have the roster that can win the Super Bowl. He didn't have it, right? That was your job to get him the players, and you didn't do it. So it's to anybody's business, and we're all scratching our heads, right? The coach get fired for saying that he didn't have the team, but yeah, you keep your job. Now, listen, I get accusation, if we're stretching, if we're fishing, we get it. But once again, you got to understand where this is coming from. You come out and speak your business, tell your truth, and move on without all the explicit, right? You got to answer the question. You're going to lose your fan base. Once again, this didn't come from the media. This comes from your fan base, Bills Mafia. You say, F y'all, the Bills, the most loyal fan base in all of football, F y'all, all the outsiders. Like, come on, bro. Like once again, bro. And listen, you just signed your own death certificate because you said that if you don't do better, whatever, you said you're going to be having the people come to your house. Well, you might as well go ahead and book that appointment for January next year, right? Because the only way this team is going to succeed is Super Bowl or bust. Because that's just where Josh haven't got. That's what Sean McDermott haven't got. So if Josh Allen don't get to the Super Bowl next year, you might as well go ahead and don't even come to work the next day. Because you will be fired. You put this on yourself. Sorry, sir. Right? Once again, to all you GMs, coaches, owners, and Jerry Jones, you're along with it too. I know you went on to a podcast a few years ago and threatened a person's job. Y'all answer the question. Just if the fans stop coming, that's all I'm saying, man. Y'all getting out of bounds. And Z-Man said, all y'all need anger management.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Not just for coaches, for owners and GMs. Speaking of those Cowboys, oh my God.
Should have been a Cowboy.
Jerry Jones, George Pickens. Once again, it's the same old D-Way. It ain't got a contract. I haven't even having a conversation. It's like, we got to talk about it. We already know the answer, but we still got to talk about it. And we got to ask the same old question that we already know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Jerry Jones do this?
I'm going to say the same thing I said about Micah Parsons. Okay. George Pickens might be the best receiver we have, but he's by no means a superstar in this league or a franchise guy in this league or someone who's untouchable. Okay. He's just the best we have right now, probably, unless you're a big CD Lamb guy. And so George had a good year. Okay. But he's not, when you talk about the top 5 or 6, 7 or 8 top wide receivers in this league, he's not in that category, in my opinion. He's not in that subject. So Jerry's going to do what Jerry's going to do, though.
So that brings up another question. When they're talking about a team that's trying to run the table, a team that's trying to fight for the ultimate goal and get to the Super Bowl, right? You can't fill your whole roster up with top 5s and top 10s, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when you have a guy that can be a top 5 or a top 10, when you have a guy, let's say if he's not a top 5 or top 10, but he's a guy that's highly reliable. Those type of players they don't come around easy.
That's facts.
Now, when you're talking about paying a player, now we got to talk about the right number. You know, so I'm with them keeping a George Pickens. Your point come in to the fact is that does he want CD Lamb numbers? Because he's not in the top 5. Did he have a better year than CD Lamb? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
But does that mean he's overall better than CD Lamb? It's anybody's business. We ain't seen. He ain't been there. We don't know. No. So you can't. So if he's wanting CD Lamb money, coach, look.
Yeah.
He be playing for.
And you got to understand, not you, but the people out there got to understand. I think Dallas will get it done, especially now that Dak has gone on the record to say that if he has to step in, if needed, he will. You got to understand, these defensive coordinators made sure that CeeDee Lamb didn't beat them this year. Okay. The reason why that Mickens' numbers were better than CeeDee's numbers was because of the way defensive coordinators defended CeeDee Lamb this year. Okay. And so Dak did what he does. He found the best receiver, the best made the best choice, best option. CeeDee wasn't open near as much as Pickens was. Pickens was.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I think Lou's right. I think they'll get it done as long as Jerry doesn't get crazy.
I'm gonna say this, not to knock what you said, but I have a bone to pick with some of these wide receivers. The wide receiver, when it comes down to play, you have the element of surprise. Mm-hmm. They don't know what you're gonna do. When you look at the Calvin Johnsons of the world, when he was the only option they had, mm-hmm. and he got it done day in and day out, all the way to a Hall of Fame status, mm-hmm. I don't want to hear these wide receivers talking about they lock me up, they double. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Find a way. We watched Tyreek Hill do it at as little as he is, still mm-hmm. constantly do it. Find a way to get open, right?
Yeah.
And I can go on T.O., throw me the ball and I'm going to get it.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Oh, my God. He should be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Had no help in Arizona.
All those bad teams he played on.
We forgot about Arizona until you think about Larry Fitzgerald. Like, I know that was just the way it was, right?
Yeah.
Year in and year out, right? When you get a team that has a name like the Dallas Cowboys, now we get to hide under the umbrella. Oh, they double teaming me, they triple teaming me. No, get open. That's the name of the job. Get open. So I don't care what the defense did for CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb get open.
Okay.
Because you found a way to do it without George Pickens last year. Now you got this dude getting caught. You should be getting open. But what happened when you do get open? You got a case of the dropsies.
Yeah. Yes, he did. The addition of Pickens, Javonte Williams, the offense was a juggernaut when healthy. You have to find ways to make this clear, which is where I believe contracts with Jazz will be restructured to create enough. Well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
So, and the Cowboys' problem is not the offensive side of the football. That's not why they weren't successful this year. So yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, he went on the record saying this today, and I couldn't believe he spilled the beans, but he's a part of the media, and so obviously Jerry Jones shared this with him knowing that it will leak out. So this is not a secret. Nobody's going to get in trouble for this, but this is what Jerry Jones wanted the whole world to know, but he didn't want to say it himself, and that's the way I'm taking what Stephen A. Smith said. He said after numerous times sitting down, we're talking with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen was talking with Jerry Jones. He said Jerry Jones basically told him this. The way his mind worked, the era that he grew up in, he believed if you tell it as an owner, you go to a player and say, hey, this is what I think you're worth, and I'm going to do my best job to give you the number, and you tell me that you're worth more, he think that's a slap in the face. And I'm paraphrasing what Stephen A. is saying, right? This is why I took it, right, to layman's term. It's a slap in the face. So I'm going to hold out as much as I can to see your response to me holding out. If I give you a number, and you throw it back in my face, and you act a fool, and you don't want to come and play, that tells me all I need to know about you. He said in the quote, the reason why Dak Prescott got the big contract that he did when he gave Dak a number, it wasn't to Dak's liking. Dak still came out and played at a high level.
Yeah.
So after that, even though he could have paid Dak less by getting it done earlier, he intentionally waited till the shot clock was out just so we can pay Dak a whole lot more because he saw Dak's character. And that's why every time we get into an interview with people, say Dak is always the exception. Now, that don't give Dak any leverage, according to what Lewis said, because Dak said he's going to get involved. Dak, and can't nobody get involved in making up Jerry Jones' mind. Jerry going to do what he got to do. What did we see today, last week at the Pro Bowl? Who was George Pickens hanging out with? Got in the media and that guy. Yeah. Or the guy who just left. Micah Parsons. Now, the fact that he's sitting around hanging out with Micah Parsons, you think Jerry Jones gonna throw the paycheck at him?
That's
an empty paycheck? No, he like, bro, you hang out with the wrong people.
Yeah. Well, Micah's a perfect example of what Jerry's talking about.
Exactly. And if you getting advice from Micah Parsons, like George Pickens need to know everything we just talked about, D-Way. Listen, you're going to get a contract. We need you on this roster, right? we can be a juggernaut. However, you can't come off on there thinking you more than what you're worth, right? And I'm not saying you're not worth X amount of dollars, but this is a business, bro.
Yeah.
You can't go out there and say I won't CeeDee Lamb money. Like, no, you no.
Yeah. I mean, he had a great year this year, but what's the last 2 or 3 years look like?
Fact. What's the next? Like, how much have you shown? I don't care what you did in Pittsburgh. Right now, you have a star on your helmet.
Yeah.
And how much have you shown as a Cowboy consistently that you deserve to be paid like a top tier wide receiver? We only had you 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether Jerry Jones get him a contract or not, Stephen A. said this, and I more than agree. Jerry Jones will probably come out with a number, say, hey, this is what we're going to offer you for multiple years. And if he asks for 1 cent more, he's going to get franchise tag. And now that doesn't make it right, but when you know the rules of the game, you know how to play them. And I hope to God that George Pickens is listening to that episode of First Take, because he's giving you the answer. He's giving you the keys on how to play this game. You're going to get paid more, but it may not be what you want, but accept it, bro. Right? I mean, character is everything to Jerry Jones. And also he says that to him is like, because you're in Dallas, because you have the star on your helmet, because we're the most storied franchise in all of sports, you're going to get every opportunity to make a whole lot of money in endorsement deal outside of the game of football. So he felt like all the millions of dollars you're going to make with all these different contracts you're going to get for commercials and all this endorsement stuff like that, that should leverage what we should be paying you in the NFL. Why should I get paid you all this money when I know because you have my star on your head, you're going to get paid that more outside of football? So he's taking all that into consideration.
Yeah.
Dak is on everything. Dak got the big contract, but he's on everything in Dallas.
Yep.
Making a lot of money outside of football. So, you know, that's anybody's business, you know. George Pickens would be the reason why Justin Jefferson should be.
That's great, Lou.
That's great, man. All right, man. Breaking on down to this year's Super Bowl, man. Super Bowl 60, man. Listen, biggest question, D-Way. Put your thinking cap on. We got about 17 minutes left in this show. How big is this storyline because of this rematch from back in the day? Is there a storyline?
Yeah, I think it's because it is back. If it was yesterday or a year or two ago, that'd be one thing. But different players, different coaches, different mindset. Yeah, I don't. In my opinion, I don't think that even comes into play.
So why do people? Because I'm with you, right? It's completely two different teams. Nobody's left. One of the teams, right? At least the players that we know, right?
Right.
Why is they making this a thing? Oh, the rematch of when they played back in the day when Wilson and Brady went at it. It's like, why is this? Why is the media spinning this narrative?
Because they got to find stuff to spin. They got to keep throwing the hook out there and see who's going to take the bait. You know, that's just one of several narratives that they're throwing out there right now. But yeah, I mean, a guy like me and you, I mean, you're not buying. That was them.
Right. So for the Seahawks,
exact players, exact same coaches, and same everything.
Yeah.
It'd be a great storyline in my opinion.
Now I'm gonna steal something from First Take because they asked this question, and I wish I was on there because I wanted to answer, but I'm gonna let you answer it. If Sam Darnold goes out there and win a Super Bowl, will we call him elite? Will he move up to the tier of the Josh Allens and the Patrick Mahomes if you win this year's Super Bowl?
No, he hadn't done it long enough. And I will say this, Sam was, guys, if you're listening in, I want you to put your thinking cap on. Sam was phenomenal last year. He did Minnesota. Crazy good, stat-wise. And he's with a brand new team and a brand new coach and brand new players and brand new coordinators, and he is blowing it up even more this year. He has been the perfect hindsight. He was the perfect guy to be driving this train. You know, it's been a great fit for him. but only time will tell. He's only done it like a couple of years, right?
Right.
So for us to start putting him in the Mahomes, Allen, Brady, whoever else you want to stick him in category, I don't know.
So I'm answering.
Stafford, go ahead.
Exactly. Well, that's where I'm going. So so when I look at the current players of this year, right, or who's playing in this era, right, Mahomes is on a tier all by himself, right, because he's already put him because he's already in comparison what he's done so far in his career with the Bradys, with the Montanas, you know what I'm saying, with the Elways, right? So as he's playing right now, there's nobody in that tier who's playing at that superstar first ballot Hall of Fame level, right?
Right.
So with that being said, because Lamar Jackson, even though he's a two-time MVP, when you're talking about Josh Allen, one-time MVP, right? When you add those players in, because they never got there. And I'm talking about it wasn't like they just, just like, Allen going against Patrick Mahomes, getting put out by Patrick Mahomes, that says something. But this year, when there was no Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow.
Thank you.
You that was on you.
Yeah.
So you pulled yourself down. So the fact that if Sam Darnold get there compared to what he done, because listen, we've already said that his career got handled wrong. So the fact that he's not been inconsistent is not his fault. But the opportunity he get when he's playing with the right group of people and he's shown us what he can be, I would put him in the Josh Allen. I would put him in the Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Not Patrick, but Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford. I would put him in that same level because you give him the right situation. He showed that he can play the game of football just as good as y'all. And if he win a championship this year, guess what? Josh Allen ain't got one. Guess what? Lamar Jackson ain't got one. You know what I'm saying? So I would put him in that category. I would have no problem, and I would be comfortable with it.
Okay.
And he said, 2 good or even great years doesn't make it elite.
That's what I think too, Bob.
It's elite. It's like, to me, and we all have to define what we consider elite, right? When you're considered elite, you're first ballot Hall of Famer, right? And the only person in my mind in the league right now is the first ballot Hall of Famer who's playing like it right now is Patrick Mahomes because he's done it, got the chips, stuff like that. Not Josh Allen. I know not Lamar Jackson. They're right there, maybe the second and third year and get in if they start to leave right now, right? Because it's a case of what have you done for me lately, right? And these, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of how Patrick Mahomes' season already done, he's already proven. He's already done it. And to some people's eyes, he's already passed Tom Brady, even though Brady got more wins, because that was the talk of the town 2 years ago. When he won it. So it's anybody's business. But right now, 2 years, this is the reason why I make a difference. And to all you sports writers out there, what happened this year when it came down to the top 10? You want to know who was in the top 10? Jaden Daniels, after 1 year. Who was in the top 10 the year before that? C.J. Stroud, after 1 year. Yep. So if you can't tell me you can't put Sam Darnold in the top 10 after 2 great years and win the Super Bowl, make it make sense to me, people.
Yeah. But
that's all I'm saying. And guess what? Drake May will probably be in somebody's top 10 next season round when we do when the start of the season because of what he had this year. I'm just saying, right? We can't move the goalposts.
Sam's trajectory is more like Eli Manning's. Yeah, I have to lean with Z-Man on that. I just do.
It can't be like Eli Manning because, like I said, because we all know that his career got handled wrong. Eli chose where he wanted to go. He played for the team he wanted to play for. He got him 2 chips. He fought from wild card on up, right? But other than that, that's all you can say about his name. This man didn't get to choose where he's with. And those teams, the Jets, we saw the Jets don't know how to handle quarterbacks, right? Destroyed this man's career, but once he finally got a chance to rewrite his own destiny, he did it the right way.
Yeah.
He's easier top 10. JJ, what's up, J-Dub?
J-Dub in the house. What's up, J-Dub? He's
5 or 6, right? Absolutely. Right now, even before he won the Super Bowl, right?
He's been. And what? Tell me again. Why did Minnesota chase him out of town? Did he want more money or what happened in that deal?
Minnesota just said, "Hey, we went drafted JJ, and we're going to keep JJ."
Okay. Whatever.
Nothing more than like that's what it is. We're gonna let you off.
Minnesota's bad. So,
Hey, neither one of these guys, Drake May, nor Sam Darnold, nor Mike Vrabel, nor Mike McDonald, none of these guys have experience at this level. Being the head coaches and being a quarterback, right? At this level. what we're expecting to see out of all this being uncharted territory for everybody that's on the field this week?
So Seattle's just going to be, they're going to be business as usual. And I expect the Patriots to be business as usual. They're going to go out there and they're going to play. They're going to play tough. They're going to play hard. They're not going to turn the ball over. They're not going to have any crazy unnecessary penalties. But if you have not seen this Seattle defense, they are scary.
Yeah.
They are brutal. And they have no weak. They have no weak spots on defense. And I mean, I don't know if they'll win by 10, but I mean they'll win. I think they're going to win by 7 or 8 anyway. But their offense is playing. It's clicking at all levels. And I'm not going to change my mind. I still believe, and I don't want to get on this topic, but if Bo Nix would have been healthy, we'd been talking about Denver and Seattle this week, I believe. But I don't want to get on that right now because I don't want to disrespect anybody for New England. So,
all right, last question of the podcast, man. Simple. This year's Super Bowl 60. Who will be the X factor for both teams? Starting with you, J-Dub. Who will be the X factor? Who you think will be the X factor for Seattle?
Both teams will be nervous and tight to start the game. Might see a few turnovers early.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll see, Bob, because neither one of them have really turned it over. They both been really solid this year. But to everybody out there, who do y'all think is going to be the key guy in the Super Bowl as far as the X factor is what EC was saying? I think for me, it's am I going to say this guy's name right? The running back for Seattle, Robert Turner Jr.
Robert Turner. No, that's it's about Kenneth Walker.
Excuse me. Is it Kenneth Walker Jr.?
Kenneth Walker, yeah. That's who J-Dub was picking.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker can find the gaps, right?
Yeah, my X factor is Kenneth Walker, man. He has been crazy good.
My X factor is going to always be Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think because some would say because of the big moment, because of the way the New England defense plays, stuff like that, they can easily sew him up. But they're going to need, because like you said, G-Way, you said Seattle is going to come out and play Seattle football. And you can't play Seattle football if you don't have Jackson Smith and Jigba going out there for at least 100 yards.
100%.
So he's going to have to be the X factor, the key moments of the game. Because if it's going to be a close game like this here, running the ball ain't going to get you done. Sometimes you're going to have to make everything out. We expect Kenneth to do his thing and get some momentum, but it's going to have to come back to the same guy we've been relying on all year long for Seattle is Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, Bob agrees. Seattle's defensive coordinator and their defense coaches are going to be watching the game film from last week. And if Drake May tries to take off, get out in the open field and try to make a play with his legs, he's going to get off the ground looking through his ear hole, man. You hear me?
Facts.
Because Seattle, they don't play. And
because Drake, of that guy right there.
Yeah, Drake made a lot of Drake. New England won that game last week, and I was talking to Jada about this because Drake May beat them with his legs.
Yeah.
That was the difference in that game. If he tries that this week against Seattle, Lord help us.
All right, now who is your X factor for New England? Coach D-Way, you thinking?
I'm running down the roster who I think would be. I'm running down the roster. Not to state the obvious, if Drake May can be effective against that, what I think is one of the best defenses I've seen in years.
Yeah.
If Drake May can, if he level, it remains to be seen that he's going to be the difference maker for New England. I just don't see it happening. But J-Dub, I'll take New England in 10 right now. So for a C note. going to be the X factor for New England?
I have my X factor. Y'all don't laugh at me when I tell you who my X factor I think will be for New England. You know, it's not Stephon Diggs. It's not Drake May, because I expect them to be normal human beings, right?
Yeah.
It's going to come down to it, right? This is where I do look into the run game, because I believe that because first of all, New England they don't put up that many points. They don't play that hard. I mean, they do play hard, but they play at a different type of hard than what Seattle can do, right? Seattle is an air raid type team, right? And so I think for them, ball control, time of possession is going to mean a whole lot for New England. For them, they can't come out there and try to put up points, right? So time of possession is going to really mean a lot of things, right? And because we know exactly what you're going to get out of Ramondre Stevenson, I think the rookie Travion Henderson is going to be the X factor.
Wow. Okay.
I think this kid is fast.
I'm not mad at that.
So I think him showing up in the Super Bowl will be a great deal for them. I think he can be that. If they're going to win, they're going to need him, because they're going to need that two-headed monster, right? In this game. So I really think
I like that. I'm interested to see if New England can put together some drives where they get multiple first downs. Okay? If they go out there and we start seeing a bunch of 3-and-outs early, it's going to be a long night for the Pats. I'm interested to see if they can play what, and you said it a minute ago, I'm interested to see if the Patriots can play ball control, ground and pound, eat up a lot of clock, and methodically move the ball down the field against this defense. I'm saying and betting that they can't.
Yeah, it's crazy because we saw Sam Darnold last year get to a playoff game and nerves was all over, right? Because of the narrative that's behind him carrying the fool goals tag on somebody planted on the back of his jersey. He didn't even know it, right? Yeah. Now he's going out there and trying to overprove to everybody wrong, right? And now I think he's settled down. I think he's comfortable now. I think he understands the game of football, right? All you have to do is play your game, play within yourself. I'm not saying there is a step-up mentality that you have when you play these type of games, but you don't overthink it. You don't overdo it. You come out from there and just say, hey, we're going to play the game that we've already played, right? It's up to the coaches to coach. Playmakers are right to make playmakers. It's up to this training staff to get everybody prepared, right? The noise around the Super Bowl is going to get anybody riled up, right? All the interviews, the press conferences, the pandemonium, signing autographs, the end of the sleepless nights going into the game, right? All the distraction that they're going to have to get into, right? What I can tell you guys, because you've never been here before, so it's hard for you to settle down. I've never been to a Super Bowl, and I know it's hard for you guys to believe. Guess what, D-Way? I never played in one either. So, I know it's hard to believe, but it is what it is.
That is hard to believe. That is hard to believe.
But I can say, but I've been in big moments, right? In my life, maybe not to the Magnum Super Bowl, but to me it was big, right? The best anybody can do, number one, is try to relax. That's easier said than done. Yeah. But once you get on that field, once you get that first play out of your system, it's a normal game, fellas.
Yeah.
It's a normal game.
And I'm going to go as far as to say that the best thing that Sam Darnold has going for him, the very best thing, is that he was in that situation last year, and now he knows more how to handle his nerves.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be locked in like we've never seen. I'm predicting he'll be the MVP of the game. So, but that
who you talking about?
I think Sam Darnold's MVP of this game. Yeah.
Now you're looking at Drake May. I don't know if Drake May know how to get nervous. I literally I don't think he's ever been nervous. I don't know. He probably bitten by 5 dogs. Still don't care. I mean, I just think he get nervous. I don't see it in it.
Okay.
He's like so Mr. Cool. He's so unbothered, man. We saw this last year as a rookie, man. The way like nobody expected him to be this good, right? He came out of nowhere, right? And we're not talking about, and I hate to say it to throw, we're not talking about the CJ Stroud rookie slump and junior slump that he's having, right? We're talking about a kid came out his rookie year and it just came out and just done it, right? This who he's gonna be. This who he is. He just Mr. Cool. You know what I'm saying? He has to tip. Now that now being cool and calm and collect don't mean you're gonna win a Super Bowl.
right.
But it's the formula.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah,
this
for sure.
this is where people like Stephon Diggs, have to come up and say, hey, I'm your guy. This is a big moment for me. I don't want to get too greedy and expect the ball to come my way every single time. He has to, because we know how he acted in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We know how he acted over in Buffalo. He can get a little funny acting when the ball don't come his way, especially at stage like this. He's never been in. So he's going to have to really, 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 really be that guy and say, hey, this is big for both of us, but we cannot overdo it, right?
The matchup, the key matchup, the difference in this game, big game spotlight might get to Drake. I think so too, Bob.
Yeah.
The key to this game. I'm telling everybody right now, y'all write it down. And Coach D-Way said this. The key to this game is going to be the New England offensive line versus the Seattle defensive line. Whoever wins that battle wins the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
Facts. There it is. There you have it.
Nobody's been able to deal with Seattle's front four yet. So
that's how we have it, y'all. This is your boy EC22. Final thoughts for Coach D-Way. What's up?
I'm excited, man. It should be a really good game. And I like the fact that I don't really have a dog in the hunt, so I can just chill and relax and eat a bunch of food and enjoy the game. And so looking forward to watching it and talking more about that. And another great show, EC. How about you? I'll throw it back to you, man.
Man, final thoughts, man. Listen. If y'all haven't been watching college basketball, men's and or women's, listen. All I can tell you, man, these young men, these young women, every game has been feeling like it's been some type of playoff game. They are playing.
It's been crazy.
Nose to the walls, if I can say that.
Yeah.
They've been playing lights out, man. I've been loving what I'm seeing, man. Just the game that happened yesterday between Texas Tech and Kansas, man. 64-61, man, a dog fight. Texas Tech got it up for as a 10-point lead and then blew it after fighting back. It's just this. I mean, this is what it's coming down to, right? It's coming down to just some great. And don't even get me started. OU fell, to Texas. And that was, Texas fans, listen.
Yeah.
First of all, let me say this to you. The girl is from Lubbock. She could have went to Texas Tech. The fact that she didn't choose the Longhorns, it's a shorter ride from Lubbock to OU versus it is down to Austin. I want to let y'all know that, right? So y'all up there talking about overrated. She is not overrated. The girl is leading her team in points. I think she's down, mid-20s and overall? Crazy. Y'all, that's obvious hate for the fan group out there.
Don't be hating.
Tell me you hate on me without telling me you hate on me. You're like, come on, the girl is a baller, and she's just a rookie. So y'all need to chill with all this. See, Texas, I love y'all. I love the players. All you guys over there, Jordan Reed, you know what I'm saying? And all you guys, Madison Booker, Rory Harmon.
Yeah.
I love y'all. But y'all need to talk to our fan base and tell them quit tripping over there, because y'all gonna make me not be a Longhorn fan. Y'all gonna call it that fan base was truly what Coach Mertez turned to say a whiny orange head tripping over that girl, right? But man, it's getting thicker and thicker and thicker, man. We got some games that's coming up next week, man. And we ain't even March yet. So
crazy.
The tournament is gonna be wild. Conference play is gonna be, conference championship is gonna be wild. The tournament is gonna be wild. So man, get ready for it all. We got some final comments coming in from people. Jonathan G jumped in. He said, "What up, fellas?" He said, "New job keeping me late. It's all good, bro." He said, "Did y'all mention any of the boxing weekend?" Yes. No, we didn't mention it, but we'll talk about it real briefly, man. Shakur Stevenson went out there, won his job against the guy whose name I can't never pronounce. It's some real name, but he done it masterfully. He done it masterly. And there was another boxer. You know what? I'm gonna talk about that next week, because there's so much I want to bring up about the boxing that happened. We don't want to get to. That's one of my big baby. We're gonna give him his own show. Yeah. The TFO, Offense Lopez, whatever. Yeah, that's who Shakur Stevens beat up. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that next week, because y'all, we got to talk about Big Baby Miller, man, and the nonsense that happened with him. You already know, because you probably seen it going viral. But man, just the state of boxing. I do want to get to the state of boxing, because this Shakur Stevenson fight changes a lot of my perspective in the state of boxing. And my idea of the state of boxing has been flip-flopping. But yeah, this we got to talk about the state of professional boxing right now. Now that we got the Paul kid out the way. Now he's nursing an injury. All right, y'all, that's been our time for today. This is your boy EC22 along with Coach D-Wade, man. We thank you guys for tuning in and joining the conversation, man. Jonathan G, Bob Nowinski, Z-Man, Lewis Medford, man. We thank you guys. And a couple of trolls on J-Dub and a couple of trolls on YouTube. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but we appreciate you jumping on anyway. Any hit, whether it's a bad hit, it's still a hit. So I appreciate you right there. Until next week, man, this is your boy EC22 signing off. Here we are, the FairWeather Fan. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments so you can join this conversation. And for this day, Tuesday, February 3rd, we are